Hello and welcome back, this time to Backpack Battles, a game that recently came out, but I guess you might have already known it from its demo from a few months ago, which was hugely popular. Even though it only had 2 characters, it was a great demo, more complete than some of the other games that recently came out. And it's a very, very good game. Even though the graphics might look not that great, it's very endearing and it's very simple and everything works. So what else can you want? If you don't know this game, I will give a very short introduction into the game. Otherwise, I will make more videos on it because, as you can see, I've played that game quite a bit and I know a few combinations that are quite good. But yeah, let's go in and let's see. Let me show you the game the very first time. Let's go for an unranked one, so I have every time and don't have to think about any combinations, but can talk while doing it. So this is your first phase screen. The game is separated into 2 phases. The first one is the shopping phase and the management phase, and the second phase would be the battle phase. Here in the shopping phase, it's very easy to see. We have your character stats, like how much gold you have, how much health you have, stamina, which round it is, how much wins you have, how much life you have, everything that you would want to know. On your top left, you have your inventory, your backpack, and right you have your shop. And in the middle you have your storage and where you can start the battle, basically. So the principle of this game is you have an inventory which has different bags inside it. As you can see, there's a lot of space, but we only have 2 bags at the moment. And we have different items that will help us in the battle. And they do take quite a bit of inventory space, but everything has a different space that they occupy. So you have to optimize for a most efficient way which items you want in your bag for the upcoming battle and to defeat the other player in that case. So to help you with that, you have the roster and you have different bags. You can buy more bags in the shop, and then you can combine different items to have different effects, and they affect each other in different ways. For example, this here is a pan. The pan is very good for food. Food items, for example, are a banana. That's only one of the foods, but every time foods interact with each other, they do trigger more often their effect. While in interaction with the pan, if they interact with the pan makes more damage or does more damage. So you can see that there are different ways to combine items and there are a lot of recipes. You can take a look at the recipes you have unlocked on the bottom right. And as you can see, there are a lot of items. And those are only the items for my class that I'm playing at the moment, the Pyromancer. And every one of those items has a different recipe. For example, the steel sword is a wooden sword and 2 whetstones that you have in your inventory. This is, for example, the wooden sword. Now we would need 2 whetstones in the shop and buy them. So I don't like anything we have here. So let's re-roll the shop, which costs 1 gold. Your gold you can see on the bottom left. And here we have different items. Now, you can buy any item you want. The price is on the left side. You can lock different items if you like them, but don't have the gold or don't want to buy them yet. And yeah, I like, for example, this piece of coal. If I put it next to my sword or on my sword, you can see this blue line first. This blue line indicates that you can combine it with something. If I put it next to a flame, then it will be burning coal. Makes sense. If I put it next to my sword, it will make the item torch. So I like the torch. I can even put it onto the sword, so I will get a torch. And I will also buy another flame because I'm a pyromancer in that case. And she plays around flames that you gain every round. You gain 1 1 flame for 1 gold, and you can buy some of them in the shop. And they have the effect of heat, which makes all my items trigger 2% faster. So, also I will like to buy garlic, because garlic is a food item, and I like food items at the early game because they can be very strong. And here we have our first bag. We can buy a bag to increase our inventory space. As you can see before, I can't really put the garlic outside my bags. I have to put it inside the bags to be useful. Also, we would love to have this whetstone, but as you can see, we don't have the gold, so I will lock it. And let's go into our first battle. We will look for an opponent, and here's our opponent. Also a pyromancer in that case. And that person, since I can pause and I can increase the speed of everything, that person is not really here. It took a player like it will take my image and will put a random enemy against it sometimes. So this person, for example, has a broom, also has a sword, also has a whetstone already, but doesn't have the garlic and 1 flame less. So let's see how this will turn out. I can open the log to see what has happened in the battle. At the moment nothing, since we are at second 0, but I can pause to if I don't understand anything, or I can even speed it up if I would want to. So let's watch this battle in normal time, almost normal time. And this time I lost. Let's see why. I can hide it. Opened a log, and it seems like this person had 2 weapons and I had barely any defense. Yeah, I lost this round, which is fine. That happens. You have 5 tries, or 6 if you get to round 8. You will see that in a second. And those are my wins here. So I need to get 10 wins to win till the end, basically. More or less. So let's go back to the shop and let's see what we can get. Now we have a torch. Next to a flame it will be a burning torch. I also buy this whetstone and another wooden sword. Now I have 2 weapons, still the garlic, and the whetstone, as you can see on the yellow stars, will affect both the torch and my wooden sword. But I need 2 wooden swords to build the hero sword. 2 whetstones, obviously. So I would search for another whetstone. There's none. Items themselves have different rarities. For example, as you can see by, on the garlic, on the left bottom, there is the rarity in common. Everything else is also common, but the leather armor, which is rare. And the chances on what type of item you can get depends on the round in which you are. And at the moment, for example, the common items are 84% of all items, while the rare ones are 50%. So yeah, in the early rounds, I'm more likely to get more whetstones since they are common. So I don't find any more whetstone, and I will not be able to buy it anyway, since they cost normally 4 gold, but I will still roll one more time, since the chances are now higher than next round, and we can get a bag. Since I don't have gold, I have to reserve it. So next round, it will always take 1 round to combine your items, but yeah, depending on what items there are items that take longer, there are items to speed stuff of that up, and everything in between. Now, we won our first round, although barely. We had 2 HP left. Yeah, that's basically all of the game. Now, the interesting thing is that it gets a lot more complex. As you can see, there are a lot of recipes for the pyromancer, but there are also a lot of recipes for every other class. For example, the ranger in that case, or the reaper, or the berserker. As you can see, the left top side is mostly the same for everybody, but on the right side there are always class-specific items, and they counter each other sometimes. There are ways to build in a certain direction, and there are ways to counter those directions. So you have to be intelligent what you want to build relatively early and then go in that direction. And sometimes you meet enemies that are countering you, and sometimes you just counter them. So like every other PvP game. And it's great because since there's a lot of flexibility in your build and what you want to do with it, you can always switch it up. And there are even different stages on how effective you are with your build, since basically you can, for example, build a poison build and the other person is building also a poison build. But because you have your inventory management more effective, you will win that round. And that's very satisfying if there's basically a skill ceiling to some of the stuff. So now I have the second whetstone. I will put my hero sword down, and now next round the wooden sword will be a hero sword, which is awesome. And let's see what else we can get. I would also love more whetstones, but at the moment they don't happen to come to me. So I will change a little bit something on my inventory. Now the food is right next to each other. I want that. And I will take those blueberries because now they interact with each other and they are more effective. Yeah, the bag is saved. And let's see what else we have here. This is a berserker. This is another class. The ranger was another class that we already saw. All of them have more or less strength. For example, my character, the pyromancer, works with flames, obviously, and is very good in getting stronger over time. Not necessarily being strong at the beginning, but yeah, the berserker is very good at lower health because she enters into a battle range. The Reaper is very good with poison and food and everything of this variety. And the Ranger obviously good with bows and with animals. So I have now the hero sword that I want to make to the burning sword. We'll put it something like that. And I have bought a chili because it also gains me heat, which also makes it's the same effect of the flames. So I want a lot of heat to let my hero sword and my burning torch attack faster. Also, the more heat I have, the stronger my burning torch is. So there are basically this kind of interactions with each other. And I put my chili up there because now it interacts with the banana and the blueberry. Which in real life, I don't know would be that delicious, but to each their own, I guess. That's again a berserker, and let's see how that goes. I will always make the battles a little bit faster since we can't change the outcome anyway. So you can see I'm stacking heat, also stacking a little bit of mana, while that person was stacking spikes. So each hit of me hurt myself as well. And now we go into the next shop. Now I have the burning sword, which makes my torch have a little bit more damage. And this is another kind of bag. We only had leather bags at the moment, but this bag is a little bit more expensive, has 3 backpack slots, but also gives me 1 maximum stamina, which is awesome. Since I'm using 1.2 stamina per second, I only regenerate 1 stamina per second. Also, what else can we buy? That is a hungry blade, which is fine, but not for what I want to do. And here we have another bag, the fanny pack. It only adds 2 backpack slots, but all items inside it will trigger a little bit faster, 10%. So I will use that by putting the torch and the burning sword next to it, into it, and they will trigger obviously 10% faster, which is great. And what else can we do? We don't need the gloves, we don't need the leather armor at the moment. We can go for another blueberries. I like blueberries. They give mana and luck if you have enough mana. And I will go a little bit faster again. And we won again this round. Although, since that person was going onto a lot of piggy banks, which don't offer as much combat stats, but this person will gain a lot more gold over time. Ooh, here we have an artifact stone, heat. They are relatively rare, even though they, I mean, it's saying unique, and you get unique items 2% of the time. So, and I like that because it makes our weapons way stronger. And after 10 heat gained or reached, our weapons gain 8 in damage, which is huge. So I will make that for all my weapons. Now the torch isn't in the fanny pack anymore, but that doesn't matter because the damage gained by this is way higher, and we gain those 10 heat instantly since we have a lot of flames. That one will on hit gain 3 heat, the burning sword will gain heat, and the burning torch will gain heat at the start of the battle, as well as our chili. So we will have that heat instantly, and our weapons will be way stronger. Another fanny pack. You know what? I can put it something like that. So how should I do that? I will change a little bit up. How should I do it? Because then I can put the fanny pack, the burn torch into the fanny pack as well. Maybe like that. Yes, that's way better. And put the blueberry up here. Now, that's more effective at the moment. It doesn't look good, but at the moment we don't have that many bags anyway, and not that many items as well. Sometimes you get a lot of bags, but it's a waste of gold to have a lot of bag space, but no items to put in. But sometimes you have more items than bag space, so you have to strike a balance between buying bags, since they don't give combat stats normally, and buying items to put in those bags. And that's one of the strategic things. Now we are at round 8, and we can choose a subclass. Subclasses basically mean you can choose one item which defines your play style. And they are so defining that you lock basically in what you play. In that case, for the Pyromancer, I like 4 out of the 5. They are really good and obviously strong. That's the reason you pick one of them anyway. You have to pick. The Cryomancer, for example, makes all your flames work for frost. So you basically fire and frost items that you will combine. And frost basically makes the opposite of fire. The heat that you have makes your items go faster. The frost will make the enemy items go slower. So yeah, and that I'm not convinced yet. The other ones are awesome. The Ashbringer, for example, will revive you once. You only start with 50% of your life, and it will revive you with 50%. But on reincarnation, you will make a little bit of damage, and you will become invulnerable for 2 seconds. The Friendly Fire, the more heat you gain, the more buffs you gain. That can be really strong, so it's really good for pumping out a lot of heat. And the Scale Warden will let you hatch Dragon Eggs way faster, and you will have more Dragon Eggs. So your dragons are pets that can fight for you, and they are really, really good. It's a very strong combination. As well as the Crusader, which is an anti-debuff and heal play style, which can be really, really good, depending on how you play. For this play, there's no direction at the moment. I have some stuff of that, some stuff of that. I have a lot of heat and heat generation, so the friendly fire would be good, but I don't have the burning blade, which would be the evolved form of the burning sword. So I don't want the firebenders, so to be the firebender, so I have the friendly fire. I will take the Scale Warden this time, And we might get a dragon egg, hopefully very soon. But we also need a lot of backspace. So let's see if we can get a little bit more bags. Here would be a whetstone. It's 20% now for whetstones. Let's take one on and see. And this is a dragon egg. They are really expensive, 10 gold, obviously, but they are great. So I will take that. I will lock that in, start into the next battle, and hopefully we will get enough gold to buy it. We should be. And a bag. I hope for another bag. That person gone way on armor and has very little flames, which is interesting. And he gone, or she gone for the burning banner. It's a great item, and I will make a video on it as well, because it's really good. I think it's underrated. So now we have the dragon egg, and let's see what we can do. I will take those to the other side, because we can put our dragon egg here. And now, normally it would hatches after 2 rounds, but with the dragon nest, it will hatch after 1 round, which is awesome. So directly go into the next round. We don't have any money anyway, and we want as many dragon eggs as possible. So that person is going for poison, but I think I have fast enough damage. So you can see the round was really fast, not even 6 seconds. Sometimes it happens like that, because that person didn't have any defense, or not high defense, only a shield and a little bit of healing. Very interesting, while I had high damage from the beginning. So let's go for the next round. This is a draconic orb, which will be very useful, hopefully. So let's go for that. That's the perfect dragon egg that we want. 10 gold, we don't have it, but okay. And buy another bag. Now we hope for enough gold to buy another egg and another bag. Next round, I could have put the little fires into the empty bag space. I realized that as soon as the round started. But yeah, we also won that round really fast. That is but a very interesting setup, because that person has gone for the Phoenix, which is a very interesting item. It's also a pet, and you will lose health while it attacks, but for each heat you have, you will reincarnate with 10 health per heat. So if you have a lot of heat stacking, like with the friendly fire, you will gain a lot of health if you reincarnate, or as soon as you reincarnate. Sadly, that person hadn't had time to stack heat to reincarnate with a lot of health, and he lost to me, or she. So next round would be already my 10th win. So let's buy the dragon egg, and we can also use this fire. Since I have not a lot of gold, I can sell it. So I will sell 2 of them. Now I have enough gold for this bag. And I will change things a little up. I will change the dragon egg nest to here, the dragon egg to here. You know what? I make it the other way around. And yeah, put the fire again here. So let's start the battle. And hopefully we'll get the last win for now. We have way high damage, so we won that. And now we come to a specialty. If we would be in a ranked game, we could choose to take the win. We can also take the win here and gain a fixed amount of rank. Or we can go for 7 rounds more. We gain 1 life. Normally we have full life, so it doesn't matter. And we have a range from, if we lose everything, we gain less rank than on the left side. Or we can gain way more rank on the right side. For example, sometimes, in my case for the Pyromancer, if I take the win, I gain 7 rank. And if I lose, I can, or if I choose the survival mode, I can gain between 1 and 13 rank. So, since we are really strong, have all our tries left, let's go for the survival mode, just for fun. We can do it. So, Now our little ruby whelp has hatched, and as you can see on the blue line, it can combine with the draconic orb. So let's put it next to each other so they can combine in the next round. And see what else we got. Another egg. Awesome. Let's sell this fire so I can have this bag and the egg. And now let's see. Now we would be at a place where I don't know to put the egg intelligently and yeah, move small things around. So we want to move everything around and reorganize everything. So I can push that button, everything goes into my storage. Now I can put my bags anywhere I want, and I want to put them in a very specific order, something like that. They will change anyway. So let's see what I can do. I want something like that. Yes, now the dragons... let's make it like that. So now the dragons will attack way faster since they are in 2 fanny packs. They are 20% faster. Can also put... Yes, that works on the dragons. Perfect. Then I will put it something like that. Yes. Also our food items. I want as many flames or flame items in this fire pit bag as possible, because as you can see, for each fire item inside I gain 5 maximum health. 5 maximum health isn't that much, but it helps. But I think the chili is way more worth than 5 health. So let's put it something like that. Should be fine. I have 2 flames here in the storage. I hope for more backspace. The Scale Warden or the Dragon Nest as item takes a lot of inventory space since the dragons take all 4x4. So yeah, you have to buy a lot of bags. That person is a lot of healing, but I think I will win that. Yes. And now I have to survive 6 more rounds. Perfect. So now this dragon has hatched, and as you can see, this dragon has combined with the other. So let's make it something like that. Now the blade and the dragon get stronger by the whetstone and the artifact heatstone. And I hope for more backspace. There we have a little bit. So more heat for us. Awesome. And I could also go for the Phoenix, but it takes a lot of space and it's really not good space, and I don't have the backspace for it anyway. So we have another 4x4, awesome, and another ruby egg. Awesome, which we can't afford at the moment anyway, so let's go for the next round, and then we will reorganize a little bit here in that space to put our other ruby egg there. It really depends on how much bags you have. As you can see, that person has also a lot of bags, but she has gone for more armor and poison ivy. So she wanted to poison me a lot. Yes, but didn't have the choice for the chance for it. So interesting. Let's take them all out. We have another egg here, and we don't need that much mana, and we don't need that much food. So let's sell our blueberries and 2 heat, 2 flames to buy this draconic orb, so this obsidian dragon can grow into the ruby whelp can go into a obsidian dragon. Yeah. Let's change them up. Go for our chili and garlic, and now we have almost all places filled and 0 gold anyway. So Next round, also a Scale Warden. That might be very close, since that person also has a Phoenix. But seemingly I have a lot of damage. It's very close, but my damage was way higher than his or her damage, even though they had also the Phoenix and the Flame Whip. I don't have the Flame Whip, but the Torch. Also, he had the Burning Blade. Interesting. So I did something that... oh, no, it can't be the heat, because she had also a lot of heat since she had a Phoenix. Yeah, sometimes it is like that. Maybe I had more healing because of my fruit. And obviously because of the Artifact Stone Heat. The Artifact Stone Heat does a lot of damage. Or helps me to do a lot of damage. So here we have the other dragon. Now, let's go one down. We can change your whole backspace with the arrow key, so I can go up and down in that case, since I have the whole row space. So yeah, put it here, sell this flame, and we have another dragon egg that we can grow. And now we have no inventory space left. Perfect. That's an amethyst egg, the same dragon as here. And let's see which enemy. Again, another pyromancer with the friendly fire and the phoenix. So let's see how that goes. We might lose that. No, but it was way close. As you can see, only 33 health left. It was way close, since the sun armor is very strong. It's a very strong item. 3 more rounds. We have 5 tries left anyway, so we already basically won, but by how much did we win? That's always a question. I really like the cap of resilience, obviously. I hope I get enough backspace, but I can make something like that. We don't have that much space more for more dragon eggs. Theoretically, I could change it something like that, and then see if I can rearrange. You can put up to 6 dragons around here, but it does require enough backspace, obviously, and I don't have enough of it. So I could try to go for another draconic orb, but I don't know if I have the backspace for it. Yeah, we should try it. We should still try it. Then we can have 3 obsidian dragons, which would be fun. That person goes for... Should we go for vampirism a little bit? And poison? It's everything but nothing at the same time. A few daggers, 1 poison, 1 vampiric, a sword, a ripsaw blade, which is really good against spikes. I don't have any spikes anyway, so doesn't matter. 2 more rounds. Now we have another draconic orb, which we put there, and put our resilience cap here. Is there anything else I can buy? Yes, the corrupted crystal, perfect. Put it on the cap of resilience to make a cap of corruption. Cap of discomfort, which will lower the enemy health regeneration, which is really great. And let's go. I think that person is also a Scale Warden. He has made it so that there are 6 dragons around his nest. For me it's only 5, but one of them hasn't hatched. As well as he doesn't have fruit. Or food. But he does have the Burning Blade and he does have gems. Still, I was stronger in that case, interestingly. 1, because I had a little bit more health, obviously. And second, because I bet it was mostly the Artifact Stone, since that dragon gained 8 more damage. That's so huge. I can't stress enough how good that Artifact Stone is. Another bag, which is mainly good for potions, but in that case I can also just put flames in it, which is fine. And pretty much as strong as I can get. for the moment. I could try for another whetstone, which is 20%, but yeah, it's very unlikely to get. And I only have to survive one more round anyway. And there's nothing I can buy that is really useful for me. So let's just start and go for the last round. That person, again a pyromancer, has gone for the dark lantern and has a good item range. Dark items on here, fire items on here. Yeah, that round was close, but I lost it, obviously. And because this person has a really good item setup. He has the Phoenix, the Sun Armor, he has one of the Obsidian Dragons. The Dark Lantern is really strong if you know how to set it up, and that person has set it up relatively good. You could have another fire item here, but everything else is pretty much really, really good. So now I survived everything. I have only lost one round. And I think that's a very, very successful, yeah, battle? I don't know, it's not a round, obviously, but a successful stage. Every time you get trophies you can buy cosmetics, a little bit of them. I bought, for example, them. Normally you look like that. And yeah, that's pretty much the game. I really hope you like it. It's $10 or something like that, $12 on Steam. Link in the description, obviously. And there will be a few more videos of it coming, showing you a few combinations. I hope you had great fun, and I will see you next time.